God, it's early. There's only 10 more school days. I am counting them down. But I am tired. So tired. Hi, I'm Kate and welcome to my channel. So I haven't really filmed a getting ready with me video in a while, but I have some new stuff that I want to play with, so I figured why not. So I think this is going to be like either a 2 or 3 looks, 1 palette video. I did just receive the Frankenslay palette from Fatal Beauty, and this is what she looks like. So really fun, really unique, and I'm excited to play around with this. I do have some meetings today, so I'm trying not to go too bold, which will be hard with this color story, but I did also receive the ItsBel Cosmetics Pearly Gates collection, so it's 5 loose pigments, and I swatched them just on a dry hand, no base on this. I hope it picks up all of the shifts and the shimmer, but I'm thinking I will go in with this palette and then top it off with one of these. That's what I'm thinking. But I'm gonna go ahead and fill in my brows and prime my eyes off camera, and I'll be back. Alright, so brows are done, eyes are primed, and I'm gonna dive in. Again, I'm gonna try to go pretty subtle today because I do have some meetings. However, it's my last day with meetings. I'm a teacher. We have 11 days left of school. So after that, after today, I can go a little bolder. But I'm thinking of maybe just doing like a gray halo eye and then popping on one of these shimmers, probably the one that's on top there. I think that's called, that one, Divinity, which is like a blue to, it looks super blue in here, but it's like a blue to gold, green kind of shift. So yeah, I'm gonna start just with the lighter gray, which is called Lab Rat. The Grave Digger shade is, I think it was described as like a dark charcoal gray, but it looks really black to me. But I don't mind having a good black. So I guess this will be a bit of like 2 to 3 looks depending on what I do, plus my first impressions of the brand. They were also very kind and sent me over one of their eyeliners, so I will probably try to use that today as well. So I'm just going to pop the gray onto the inner and outer corners. And these seem super pigmented, so I'm trying to go in really light and build up. I don't have any grays in my collection that I actually like. I enjoy ColourPop formula most of the time, but I really don't like the grays that I have from them. I don't think I have much else, so that looks nice so far. Alright, so that's what we have going on, just a bit of a halo. I'll start to connect a little bit at the top, really light. Alright, so that's what I have going on just with the gray. I don't think I'm going to go in with the black today, but I might dip into the teal a little bit. So that's the shade down here called Experiment, and maybe just use that to deepen up a little bit. Alright, I'm like barely tapping into these and getting a lot of color payoff, which is really nice. But I like to go in really slow when I build up rich colors because I don't want it to go like too heavy and then be really hard to blend out. So I like to just go in really light and blend as I go. Alright, so you can see the difference. This is with the teal added in there, and then this is just the gray. So this is what we have going on so far. I used the lighter gray and then the teal and left some space in the middle of the lid to do a halo today. This glitter is really fun too. I'll swatch it. It is really chunky. Like, I'll definitely need a base. Don't know how well that, probably won't really swatch that well, but it does kind of wipe right away. So I think with a sticky base, that would be really pretty. I'm not going to use that today though. I want to use one of these Pearly Gates shades. I'm thinking the top one, which is Divinity. It's like a blue gold shade, which will probably go best with this look today. So I'm going to go in with some of my NYX glitter primer just right in the center of the lid and then pop that on with a finger. And then while it's still tacky, I'm just going to pick it up with a finger just a little bit and start to tap that on the lid. Oh, that's pretty. That's really pretty. And then I'll worry about blending out those edges afterwards. Those are super sparkly, super dimensional. All right, I'm gonna do the same over to the other eye. I think I'm gonna dip back into the teal and just kind of buff out the edges of those. Making sure everything blends together nicely. So I think I'm gonna pause there on the lid. I'm gonna go off camera, do all of my skincare and face base makeup, and I'll be back. Alright, so my face is on. Time to dive back into the eyeshadows. So I think I'm just gonna go on with that teal again on the lower lash line and buff it out. So just grabbing a really small kind of packing brush. Then I'm going to go in on the waterline. This is from ColourPop, the Raw Beauty Christie collection, Spare Time. So it's a really pretty kind of greeny teal. All right, and because we have like the halo look going on, I do think I want to pop a little bit of the shimmer underneath. The cutest little containers. They're the same containers that my Beauty Bar Baby Flakies came in, so I'm going to store them all together right here. All right, so that's what we have going on for the eyes. I really like it. Like, it's bold without being like too crazy. So I'm gonna go off camera and do liner, lashes, find a lip, just kind of finish this look out, and I'll be back to kind of check in with my initial thoughts. All right, I'm back. I did some liner, lashes, and just added a really simple lip. I really like this look, so this is obviously my first try with this palette, and I really only dipped into 2 shades today. Again, not trying to go too crazy for a day of meetings. But these shadows seem to blend out really easily. They blended together really well. So first impression, so far so good. I'm excited to dip into some of the brighter colors to see how those perform, dip into that black, see how it performs. I also went in with the Divinity shade from the Pearly Gates from ItsBel, and I really like how that looks too. It's really shimmery, really fun. Here's my first look with the Fatal Beauty palette. Here comes the next look. Yesterday I did my first look using the Frankenslay palette from Fatal Beauty, and I really enjoyed the look. It was teal with a pop of one of the ItsBel shimmers on top, and by the end of the day you couldn't really see the teal. So I did put it over my Juvia's Place eye base, which has been working fantastically. I leave it a little tacky to allow the shadows to stick to it, and by the end of the day it was really worn off. But I'm gonna give it another try. So I think today, because I don't have any meetings today, I think I'm really gonna focus on this bottom row and do a pretty colorful look. So I don't know if there's a trick to making these stick a little better, but I'm still gonna go in with my Juvia's Place base. Maybe try not to give it quite as much time to dry down. The ItsBel shimmer stuck beautifully. I put it over a glitter primer. So I'll take those out again. So these ones with like the pink lid, those are from ItsBel. I think I might use like the purpley one today, which is called Heaven Dust. It is super, super pretty. It's like a purple to like, there's a champagne shift in there. I hope it picks up really well on camera because it is really pretty. And this is just over my dry hand. So I think we're gonna use that one today. I'm gonna go off camera, fill in my brows, prime my eyes, and I'll be back. Right, so like I said, I think I'm gonna go super colorful today. I'm gonna start in with that purple and just start to build that on the lid. And then I think I'm gonna focus with the lime green and the teal on the lower lash line today. Still try to make it like somewhat subtle, wearable. I don't know. So yeah, I haven't had any issues with the Juvia's Place primer with shadows sticking. So yesterday was kind of the first thing when I looked at myself at the end of the day, and all I saw was the shimmer, and then the color on the sides with that halo had kind of worn off. But I left it much more tacky today, and yesterday was the first time I tried putting on the primer with a brush. Normally I do it with a finger, so went in with a finger today. Really pretty purple. Buff that out a little bit. Again, I'm going really colorful, but still kind of toned down. Maybe I'll just pack that on the lid. Okay, that's kind of fun. I'm not really a purple shadow person. It's a rare thing that you'll see a purple look on my page. Okay, so again, I'm not gonna pull the color up super high today. It is still a school day. Now I'm gonna go over the top of this with one of those ItsBel shades. All right, I know it's looking crazy now, but trust the process. So that's the purple all buffed out. It's a really pretty tone, like kind of like a fuchsia purple. I think it's pretty true to pan. I'm gonna wait on the lime and the teal until I get to the lower lash line, but I'm gonna go in with the ItsBel in Heaven Dust. So I think I'm just gonna go on the lid instead of a halo today. So I'm gonna grab some NYX glitter primer, just dab it on with the finger. And then while that's still tacky, I'm going to grab this dust. That's pretty. And just tap it right over where I put the glitter primer. Oh, these are so pretty. I'm really glad I picked these up. I like that. The pictures on their Instagram did not do them justice. Like, the pictures to me looked really dull. It wasn't until I saw like a few videos of them in motion, and then I think the owner did a little live where she was using them, and they just kind of come to life on the eyes, and thought they were really fun and pretty. So it was $32 for the bundle of 5. Really not bad when you're considering it's an indie brand, and they shipped right away. They got here a day earlier than I expected from Puerto Rico. I need to find some time to use my Beauty Bar Baby Flakies again too. And I've been really into indie singles in general, like layering them over looks with essentially any other palette I'm using. I don't know how well you I don't know how well you can see the shifts in there, but it's really sparkly, really fun. I think I want to deepen that up a little bit. So I'm just gonna grab the purple again and just kind of re-establish that corner. So maybe today I'll make a point to do a little video at the end of the day just to kind of see how these hold up. After yesterday, I'm a little nervous. So really monochromatic on the lid. So not a shade that I ever work with. Like, I do purple sometimes, but not really this like fuchsia purpley pink color. I really like how, I mean, you can see this shade on my hand, but I think layering it over the purple really transformed it. That's what's fun about these shades, is they do really transform depending on what you put them over. Yeah, I think I'm gonna stop here on the lid, go in with my skincare, foundation, all my face stuff, and I'll be back to finish up with the shadows. Alright, so my face products are all on, and we are going to dive back into the eyeshadows. So I'm debating if I want to do like a little bit of lime green, blend it into the teal. I think I'm going to try that. So I'm going to start with the lime green, which is called Mad Scientist. Now, I did do a look the other day just on one eye, trying to recreate the look on the front of the palette. I'll post that up here. That was kind of fun. The colors seemed super pigmented. They blended together really easily, but then I just washed it off. I did that at night. So yesterday was my first try at wearing these all day, and like I said, it didn't really have the staying power, so I'm gonna try again, see how it works. I'm gonna go into the teal now. I mean, the pigment is really nice when you just put it on. Alright, so that's kind of fun. I think it'll look better once I have like my lashes and liner on. On the waterline, I'm going to go in with the same one I did yesterday from ColourPop. This is Spare Time from the Raw Beauty Christie collection. Alright, I'm not quite sure on the lower lash line today, but I really like the purple on top. So again, we'll see how they wear today. The ItsBel shade lasted perfectly yesterday over that glitter primer. So we'll see how those mattes look at the end of the day. I'll try to do a little check-in. I think for the inner corner, I'm gonna grab a black Moxie shade that's more amethyst. All right, I'm gonna go off camera, do some liner, mascara, and I'll be back. All right, so here's the final look. What do we think? So definitely a little brighter than yesterday, but I'm not a big like purple or pink person, so this purpley pink is definitely out of my comfort zone, but I think it's fun. I really love that ItsBel shade. That is the shade Heaven Dust. This is Heaven Dust on the eye, layered on top of the Fatal Beauty palette. So again, I just really stuck into that bottom row. You kind of lost the lime a little bit. Kind of fun. So I think I'll try to do a little check-in like near the end of the day just to see how the mattes are wearing, because yesterday, like I said, the teal, by the end of the day, you couldn't really see it on the eye anymore. I'm really liking this look. I think maybe for the next one, I need to feature that lime green and get the glitter involved, and that'll be my third look. All right, so it's 6:15, so I've been wearing this look all day. It definitely wore better than yesterday's. I wish I had taken a video of that, but the teal really wore off. Here you can see it's on. There's a tiny bit of wear
but not bad. This was much better. So I think tomorrow I'm gonna be playing around with that lime green. I did get the JD Glow with the lime, so maybe popping that in with it. But yeah, this had much better staying power than yesterday's look.
All right, it is day 3. So yesterday's look wore so much better than the first day. So today is gonna be my 3rd look using the Frankenslay palette from Fatal Beauty. I think I'm gonna focus on the lime green and maybe fade it into the purple a little bit. And I've been using the ItsBel loose shimmers, which are really fun, but finally yesterday my new JD Glow shadows came, so I got the 2 new ones. This is the Lemon Lime and this is Sprung. They're from the Galaxy collection. We'll give those a quick swatch. So here's Lemon Lime. It's just a really bright, shiny lime green. It doesn't have like the shimmer that the other Galaxy shadows seem to have, but Sprung, I'm not a huge pink person, but this one has a really fun shimmer to it. So I don't know if I want to kind of fade those together on top of the mattes. I have no idea what direction I'm gonna go. Before I get started, I'm gonna go off camera, do my brows, prime my eyes, and I'll be back. Alright, so the only thing I really know is that I want to use the lime green today, and I'm not sure if I'm gonna add a little teal, or even like the gray or black out there, or purple. I feel like lime and purple is kind of Halloween, so maybe not that. I'm gonna start with the lime green and just start building that up on the inner part of the lid and kind of stretching it out. It does have really nice pigment for a neon. Sometimes neons can be really hard to get the color payoff you want, but this is coming off pretty bright right away. So again, I'm just gonna pull this all the way over and kind of create the shape that I want just with this green. So I guess at this point, I've used every shade except for that black, so maybe I will use that a little bit just to deepen it and just go for a really simple kind of green and black look today. And then maybe I'll try to get that glitter on there a little bit since I haven't used that yet. So that's where we're at with the lime green. So now I'm gonna grab into the black, which is called Grave Digger. I'm gonna go really light-handed. I used this, well, I guess I did use it when I recreated the look on the front, and it was just really hard to keep it in one place, just, I mean, a lot of pigment. So I'm just gonna go in really light and just kind of slowly build it out here because I went in a little too heavy when I used it just in that for fun look. And I don't want it to be too deep and dark. I want to really keep the green vibe, so you're just going in with a really light hand and adding a little bit of dimension out here. Okay, so you can kind of see the difference between those. So this is a really like unique, colorful palette that you don't really look at and say like it's an everyday wearable palette, but I do colors every day. I think there's ways to make colors wearable without, you know, turning heads in a bad way. I'm a teacher in an elementary school, so I'm not in like an office setting or anything, and I have fun with it, so I'm not afraid of a little color on a work day. Alright, so I think I'm gonna stop there. Those blended together pretty well. Again, this side, that just happens, but this side looks really nicely blended. Again, I didn't want a lot of depth, just a little bit. So I'm debating if I want to dip into the lime green, the new JD Glow shade. I think I will at least tap on a little bit, and then if I want to go over with one of my ItsBel shades I will, because this isn't super sparkly. I also have another green that's new, Prismatic, and that's really pretty. Actually, I like that green more. Maybe I'll go in with that one instead of the lemon lime. It is more sparkly. Alright, you know, I'm gonna dip into Prismatic and just kind of tap that right on the lid a little bit. Oh, I like that shade a lot. Oh, that kind of matches my shirt now. Okay, ooh, I like that shade. So that's JD Glow Prismatic. So I picked that up when I got the lemon lime and sprung shades. They didn't have any greens from JD Glow, and JD Glow has one of my favorite shimmer formulas, and green is my favorite color, so let me know if you want to see like a singles collection. So like, I mean, I have my new kind of loose pigments, but then I keep all my singles in these Z palettes. So like a couple JD Glow, 4 JD Glows in here. I have my Black Moxie and some Terra Moons. And then I have the rest of my JD Glow. I have other Terra Moons. I don't know. I think that could be fun, a fun video. Alright, so we got the lime going on. on. Again, not gonna add a lot of depth in that outer corner. I do want to keep it kind of soft today. I do want to use one of the new ones, so I know it doesn't really go with the look, but I'm gonna hop into Sprung, which is the hot pink, and maybe just pop that in here a little bit to have a little pop of pink with the green. Give it a little springy vibe, because if I am using, you know, a bunch of new products in this video, I should probably use one of the new colors. So I'll build that up and then I'll put the prismatic back on to just get that back. One thing I've been having fun with is like playing with colors that I normally wouldn't put together. So green and pink is definitely one of those combinations. It's very springy. All right, then I'm gonna dip back into that green and just kind of make sure those two are blended together. When I go in with most shimmers, I do prefer to use a finger. It picks it up better, it lays it down better. I feel like I get more of the shimmery impact by using a finger versus going in with a brush. So that's where we're at. I really like it. I really like the lime green that's in here. It's performing really well. I have a couple lime greens in my collection, but none of which are really that great. One is in the Huda Beauty lime, like the neon green. It's really light. It's more like a pastel neon, whereas this is like a true neon green, which is really fun. So I don't know where my camera cut off, but I finished up the lid and then I went in with my face makeup. So foundation, still loving the Fenty Eavesdrop. It's amazing. Concealer, I went in with Rare Beauty. For bronzer and blush, I'm using Patrick Ta. So now let's dive back into the eyeshadow. So I'm gonna start building the lime green up on the bottom of the lash and probably just pop a little bit of the black down there. Okay, so I'm gonna grab the lime, neon green. Because I keep saying lime green and I guess it's probably more of a neon green. Oh, do those mean the same thing? I don't know. I'm really just going all, like from the inner corner all the way to the outer part, building that up. It does feel very springy with the pop of pink and then that prismatic shade from JD Glow. I want to use the lemon lime, but another time. Alright, so that's where we're at with that. A really small packing brush to grab the black and pop it out here a little bit. Drag it about halfway across under the eye. It's kind of a gloomy day, so I know lighting wise it's not too bright. It's cloudy and rainy, but good news at this point, including today, there are 9 days left of the school year, and then I am on summer vacation. I think I have a full week of training the week after school's out, but it's virtual. Alright, so I think I'm ready to stop there with all of the shadows. So far I think this neon green is my favorite shade. It blended out really easily. It wasn't patchy, the pigment was there, but that's what we have going on. I really like this look so far. So I'm gonna go off camera, put on my liner, put on some mascara, find a lip, maybe something to kind of tie in that pink, and I'll be back. Alright, well I'm back and here's the final look. What do we think? I really like this. I really like how that neon green performs. The black just added a little bit of dimension. I think I could go really heavy with it if I wanted to, but I didn't want too much depth, just a little bit. I also went in with the Fatal Beauty black eyeliner and it performed really well. It just glides on easily. We'll see how it wears throughout the day. Like if you I put a little bit on my hand and it doesn't budge with me kind of rubbing at it pretty hard. So that's a good sign. And then for mascara, I went in with the Bite Beauty mascara, which I am still loving. And then for lips, I went in with a ColourPop lip liner topped with the Fenty Gloss Bomb. So just nice and glossy and springy. This look just feels like spring to me. This might be my favorite of the three that I've done with the Fatal Beauty palette. So now just kind of wrapping up my thoughts on some of these new products. So for the Fatal Beauty palette, the first day I really enjoyed the look that I did with the teal and gray. However, the teal just didn't wear well. I'm wondering now if that was just because of how I applied my primer that day, different than normal. So I will play around with that teal again. I really like that shade. Yesterday, I really went in with the purple and then the blue, like these colors on the lower lash line, and that wore really well. So far, the favorite shade that I've played with is this neon green. I think it just blends out beautifully. It has pigment. So yeah, so far, I'm really enjoying this. I haven't really used the glitter yet, so I'll have to find an occasion for that. I'm not a huge glitter person, but so far I'm enjoying this. All right, another new product that I used in this video was from ItsBel. So I used a couple of the shades from the Pearly Gates collection. So these are loose pigments, really pretty. Both days that I wore these, they stayed on beautifully. They didn't wear away. I did put them on over the NYX glitter primer, so they had a nice sticky base to stick to. But I'm excited to get more use out of those. They are super pretty, super shimmery. And then the last new product I used was a couple of the JD Glow Galaxy shades. So I didn't use the Lemon Lime, which is one of the new ones, but I did use the pink one, which is Sprung. That's one of their new shades. So I popped that in right there. I love the Galaxy shades from JD Glow. They have the most beautiful shimmer, especially like in the sun and the natural light. They're just stunning. I am obsessed. And they're priced really well, so can't go wrong. All right, so there's my 3 looks 1 palette with the new Fatal Beauty Frankenslay palette. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please like, subscribe, leave a comment, and I'll see you soon.